Hey friends, welcome back and welcome to a new year. This is Wes Harris and I've got some quick comments on quantity versus quality. And is it really versus or not? I would like more quantity on my channel. I would also like higher quality. And right now in my mind and my emotions, they're a little bit opposed because I want to build higher quality videos. And because of that, I'm not putting out very much quantity. And after some reflection, I've decided that quantity will actually lead to quality. Let me explain with a story. A classroom was assigned to make pots. They were divided into two. The way to get a grade in the class was different for one half of the class versus the other half of the class. One half of the class was simply judged on a single pot. Bring your best pot that you've made during the classroom, this best clay pot, and we will judge it and put a grade on it. That will be your entire grade. The other half of the class was graded on the sheer number of pots. Didn't matter how great the pots were, just how many pots did you make? Bring all your pots, your grade will be based on those pots. Without exception, the group that did the best was the group that made lots of pots. Isn't that crazy? This group's whole goal and whole focus is to make a quality pot. They could have made as many pots as this other group and then just taken their single pot and been graded on it. But the pots that were the best weren't from that group. They were from the group that made lots of them. Back in the day when you had film, you would be really careful about your shots, and so you end up with people with their eyes closed or your best guess for lighting, etc. But now with digital, you take lots and lots of pictures of the same scene. You end up being able to get at just one good picture of the group where everyone's looking at the camera, their eyes are open. At least your chances increase with greater quantity of getting that good picture. You can experiment with different light, try all sorts of new things because it's quick, it's easy, but then the final photo, a head-to-head comparison, would often end up being better in an environment where you can take a lot of photos. So that's my theme for this year, is to take a quantity-focused approach. And I'm really excited about that because a few things. One, I can tell I need to get better at storytelling, at sharing, and frankly, at being a little more consistent in posting content. My hope is that by lowering my initial quality bar, I'll actually lead to more quality. With greater quantity, I might have several videos that are, not that great. Hopefully they're still interesting. But out of that group of videos, I hope to have a few that are really great and really interesting and really connect with a broad audience. I had that happen once this year. And if you look at those statistics, in 2024, I had 768 subscribers added, which is awesome. Really appreciative to those of you who subscribe to the channel. And I'm excited to share more content with you. 701 of those 768, or 92% of those subscribers, came from a single video. It was a quick little 60-second video clip that I didn't plan ahead of time, has very little editing. It was just for our home improvement project, and I just clipped an iPhone where it could watch what I was doing, shared a couple of thoughts along the way. You can click the little bubble here to go take a look at that quick little short. I wasn't planning on doing it. I didn't think necessarily it'd be a great video. It wasn't exactly even core theme for me, but I'm glad I shared it because 701 people subscribed, watched it. I had lots of likes and comments, and then people started watching my other content that had been drawn in by that video. They started checking out some of my other videos. And so that was really gratifying. That's what I hope for as a content creator. And so there were a couple of rules that came to my mind that came from that video. And it made me think of the 4 rules of divergent thinking, which is go for quantity, defer judgment, seek for wild ideas, and then make combinations. I just want to share those first 2. One was defer judgment. Rather than saying, oh, nobody's going to be interested in this home improvement project, put it out there. Maybe they will. Turns out they were interested in that project. And then the other one is go for creativity. There's a double Nobel laureate, Linus Pauling, that said, if you want to have a great idea, have a lot of ideas. And that's the whole thesis that I'm putting behind this go for quantity effort in this year, is to have a lot of ideas, and out of that will come some great ideas. Or in other words, make a lot of videos, and out of that, I hope, to generate some really great videos. The other thing is it'll simply allow me to get better at my craft, get better at storytelling, get more comfortable talking in front of a camera. Believe it or not, it's kind of awkward. I don't get any feedback by an audience or a group like I normally would talking to a group, and I find it hard. And I think there's only one way to make that go away, and that's simply practicing and getting comfortable doing that. The other thing that allows me to do by lowering the initial quality bar is to get more content out. I'm interested in sharing things as I go. I do a bunch of other stuff that never gets shared, and so I came up with a way to reduce the friction to sharing, and that was to get a GoPro. And what I've done with this, and it's already helped me film a number of things that I probably wouldn't have filmed, is it's just so easy. I've just got this clip, And wherever I'm working, I can usually find somewhere to clamp it, and then I point it right at what I'm doing and just hit record. It gives me, eyes on what I'm doing. Plus, when I'm walking around, you can pop this off. There's a little clip here, and I just pop it off, and it came with this cheap little chest harness, and I can clip it into that chest harness, and then it just walks around with me. It looks at what I'm looking at. It puts you right there in the action. Well, I will share more videos of stuff that I'm doing by having this little GoPro here. So it just takes away the burden of trying to set up a camera and a tripod, and I don't know, I just want to get to making sometimes, and it'll just be easier to bring you along with me as I bring my little camera to the scene. So I'm excited to try that. Thomas Edison put in 1,093 patents in the US Patent Office alone. We don't hear about those, right? We hear about the light bulb, maybe a couple others, but he had over 1,000 patents. Einstein, 248 publications, way more publications than I'm sure that people realize that he put in. Picasso, I mean, if you look up right now on the internet and Google his works of art, I don't know, maybe the top like 6 start floating up and looking around. Picasso has 20,000 works of art to his name. I doubt they're all of equal quality. I'm sure that he's created this pyramid of content where he's got these really great ones that people really resonate with and connect with, but those were all part of building up to some really great content. Not trying to be Picasso here, but I am trying to be better, and I don't think it's quantity versus quality. I think that it's quantity leads to quality. If that sounds like an interesting journey, sounds like an interesting year to you, subscribe, come along with me. We're gonna have some fun. Some of the videos will be perhaps not as great, but hopefully still interesting, something to gain out of them, and I do hope to stumble upon some nuggets this year and some things that resonate with you. If you're interested in checking out some of my work, I'll link to a little video here. I did a DIY bathroom vanity. Pottery Barn had one for $2,500. I made it for $250. Thanks a lot. I look forward to a great year.